It's time to Get Real with Eddie, here to help you understand the changing real estate market and meet your real estate goals. Over 19 years in the business. 2018 Realtor of the Year of Three Rivers. Past president of the Three Rivers Association of Realtors. Director at the Illinois Association of Realtors and team lead of the Ruettiger Group at Baird and Warner. Here's Eddie
It's
Ruettiger.
Tuesday at noon, and welcome to Get Real with Eddie. Here in the studio with me is Nancy Valley and Lena Aguilar. How are you ladies doing today?
I'm well. How are you, Lena?
I'm doing good.
Are you recovered from your, you had a wedding last week, and you were like a little bit kind of, I don't want to say hungover, but you were hungover.
Well, the wedding was in Mexico, so I don't think I was hungover from, I think it was just more
It's travel.
the traveling,
Yeah.
getting back so late.
There was a little tequila involved, don't lie.
There was tequila.
There is.
You can't go to Mexico not have some tequila. They have like the best.
This is so true.
Very true.
I
Very true.
just, I never liked tequila, but
Mhm.
I'm slowly starting to have introductions to quality.
I was going to say, it's
Mhm.
all about the quality of
God,
tequila.
It is.
Yeah. I do have I had a friend of mine that told me that tequila is actually an after dinner drink, and it actually helps you with digestion.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe the añejo. What do you think?
I think it's just tequila in general.
Any tequila.
Yeah.
No, this is tequila as a category itself.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. It's supposed to be one, maybe two, not
Just-
20.
Well, yeah, just
well,
like a
I
little
enjoy
shot,
a
you're
before
good.
dinner tequila drink.
That'll help with digestion also.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk some real estate. What sellers need to know about today's market? And Chief Economist Lawrence Yoon from the National Association of Realtors has chimed in. Homes priced right are selling very quickly, but homes priced too high are deterring prospective buyers. Oh, have we been living this?
Yes.
We have been seeing this. We have been running into this nonstop. If you price your house correctly, then guess what? You're going to sell. And the biggest aspect is what's the condition of your home and what you're pricing it at. Just because everybody else sold for $400,000 doesn't mean you sell for $400,000. If you're in less condition than the average, you're going to sell for less than $400,000. If you're in better condition, you're going to sell for more.
And I'm going to argue that point and take it even one step farther. The condition has become a lot more important than it was 6 months ago.
Yes, because with these interest rates rising, people cannot look at a aspect of, oh, well, I can refinance and fix this up, or I can turn around and take out a home equity line and fix this up.
A HELOC to, oh, well, I want to do this and this and this with the house. Well, now you're talking that much more interest, and it's playing a much bigger part in people's decisions on the house that they're choosing.
Absolutely,
Yes.
Absolutely. So buyer demand is moderating, and we've seen that. So we've seen multiple offers in May. We're at 4.2 offers per listing. All right, and 55% of properties were getting over asking price. June went to 3.4 multiple offers, and they were getting 51% of over asking. Now, July is still getting multiple offers. 2.8 offers, which is about what I am seeing. I don't know if you guys have seen the same.
Yes.
I would 2.8, and you're getting 39% of those offers are over listing. So you're still getting over list price. You're still getting multiple offers. It's still a seller's market. It's just not, as Nancy likes to say, running around with your hair on fire.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the weekend to think about it, and I'll make a decision on Monday if I'm going to buy this house yet. You do have, well, let's go out to dinner tonight and I'll let you know and we can write it up later on tonight. Where before, it was you're sitting in the driveway writing the offer.
Yeah, because it's going to go under contract by the time you drive away. Yes, you have to get that out.
Yep. According to the confidence index from NAR, 39% of homes sold above list price, down from 51% a month ago and 50% a year ago. These are still great numbers. Yes, the market is cooling off. It is normalizing. It is not in a housing recession. So the confidence index also notes the average home is selling in just 14 days. So that's still a fast-moving
Yes,
market.
it is.
A fast market, yes.
Because that's the average. So that's taken in all the ugly houses and that market condition that are poor, that have, overlist, ended up staying on the market for 2 or 3 weeks, finally lowered their price to where their condition is and got an offer, and you're averaging out to 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
Selma Heap, interim lead deputy chief economist, that is a long title, at CoreLogic, says what, Nancy?
She says signs of a broader slowdown in the housing market are evident. This is in line with our previous expectations and given the notable cooling of buyer demand due to higher mortgage rates. Nonetheless, buyers still remain interested, which is keeping the market competitive, particularly for attractive homes that are popularly priced. Ooh,
You
that's
totally
hard
get
to say.
bonus points because I had to scroll up for you on that
Thank
as you were reading. Just wanted to note it.
I saw that, like,
He's like, he's moving it. Well, I had to so she could get the rest of it in.
yeah.
I mean, but this is where the market's at right now. You're seeing this aspect of there are deals that can be made. There are opportunities out there. Yes, I understand they're saying that it's a housing crisis, that it's a home recession, housing recession. I've heard that word used a lot. It's not. It is a lack of supply still. We do not have enough houses.
Yes. It's still, there's lots of buyers out there.
There are a lot of buyers out there, and there's a lot of buyers that chose to move home. Millennials kept themselves available. Almost 30 some odd % has moved back home instead of renting.
Yeah.
Because rental prices have continued to rise. So there was a study or something that said about 30 some odd % or better have moved back home. That's keeping themselves, fluid for the market. So if you see what you want, jump on it. Take advantage of this market. Don't worry about the interest rate. Try to lock in the best rate you can get at the moment. Worry about the property. Worry about whether the property is going to continue to rise in value. Is it in an area, in a market that's going to continue to rise in value? Those are the concerns. Because here's the facts. You can get a house in today, and worst case scenario, you refinance it next year. Refinance that next year when rates drop.
Yeah.
Bottom line, that while the housing market has cooled from its overheated frenzy, it's still a seller's market. And that is so true.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really so true. And this is going to give opportunities out there because people that aren't paying attention to the data correctly, people that aren't listening to the show, people that are buying into the, clickbait are going to put their house on the market, not realize the average house is taking blank number of days to sell depending on where you're at. I think we said Romeoville was what?
14 days?
That was on attached. I think single family was like 28,
I think it was 24.
24.
24.
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
about right. It was in the 20s for single.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was 24.
Yeah. I mean, so looking at Romeoville numbers, we got New Lenox this week. I pulled New Lenox.
Oh.
I have a new listing in New Lenox, though. So, yes.
All right.
All right. So, with that being said, it is a great opportunity to jump in the market, start looking, and seize on a property that fits your needs. Start building your equity now because odds are we're going to be anywhere from, at this point next year, I think we'll be probably next July 7% up from this year. I don't see anything in the market that's going to bring our prices down.
I would agree with that.
I-
I don't see anything going down. We
No.
still have a supply issue.
We have a supply issue. We have the gas prices are been not too bad, but came
Going
down.
moderating.
Moderating. So that's giving people more of a sense of normalcy in their budget.
Yes.
Okay?
I think interest rates will continue to moderate. I don't think they're not going to go back down to 2%, 3%, but I
Fed-
think they will. I think they're going to land about 4.5%.
I think the Fed comes out this week, and I think they're going to announce, again, another, I think it's going to be a 75 basis points raise, so you're going to see rates go up. And you saw, I last week and the week before, you saw the 10-year, I think it's the 10-year, and the other one, they invert it, which always signals recessions. I mean, and I know there's the technical recession that we've already hit. I think rates are going to continue to rise.
I think within the next year we will see 4.5%.
I think you could. But I think
In the
by
next year, not today or tomorrow, but in the next year.
by next year, yeah, because I can see them cutting rates,
Mhm.
and then that's to stem off inflation or stem off recession.
Right.
Once the inflation's under control, I think between now and December, now is your best time to act. I think August, let's be honest, we're in September. October is going to be your best deals for interest rates and properties, because people are going to be panicking, dropping prices, freaking out, because they're going to be getting advice that, this is the market. This is the market. That when they don't even know the market, they don't even know the stats, and they're gonna turn around and try to drop their price. Don't get me wrong. There's gonna be buyers out there getting the same advice, thinking they can lowball, and then wondering why they're missing out on 3 or 4 different houses because they're throwing in lowball offers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you gotta be very wise and be very educated in this market. There's no doubt about it. But then again, that's why everybody listens to this show. It's your biggest investment. Protect your biggest investment. So, all right, what would a recession mean for the housing market if we are in a recession? I say we are. Nancy, I don't think, do you think we're in a recession?
No,
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think we're getting into stagflation. I do think that. I think if these interest rates, whether we're in a recession or not, if inflation continues to rise, which I do see could be happening, because started to see some oil prices getting back up to $100 last week. I didn't look at this week, but I think it was like last week they were around $95 a barrel. You get over that, you're going to have gas prices going up, you're going to have interest rates rising, because I do see the Fed raising the rates, and that's going to drive inflation up. I think you're in stagflation. I think that's where you're going to be in. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. All right, so Wall Street Journal. The percentage of economists who believe we will see a recession in the next 12 months is growing. In the survey in July 2021, only 12% of the economists consulted thought there would be a recession by now. But this July, when polled, 49% of those same economists, I'm assuming they're all the same, said a recession's coming in the next 12 months. Should I delay my home ownership plans if there's a recession? Is the question. Here's a look at the historical data pertaining to that. Does a recession mean prices will fall? No, we've talked about this. It's the 1980 recession. What did prices do, Lena?
Wait, I'm sorry.
1980.
1980. It went 6.1%.
Went up 6.1%. What did they do in 81?
3.5%.
All right. 1991,
Mm-hmm.
what did they do?
They went down 1.9%.
And then come back and rallied for what? Oh, better than a decade?
Mm-hmm. For 6.6%.
Yes.
In 2001. So in 2008, that's when went down 19.7%.
But in 2020, which was a recession,
went up 6%.
Went up 6%. So it's amazing. It's amazing how I get stuck in this screen, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were being nice and making it bigger.
I can't. I tried.
It's a little late, but thanks.
It wasn't, but
No,
He was just
He
clicking
wasn't
on it.
being nice.
I was trying to just get it, and it's not moving. Loads of fun.
Oh,
All
Oh,
right.
okay.
that's really, really big.
I do not understand why I can't get out. All right. So the theme here, though, is if you're in a recession, prices do not necessarily collapse.
Right.
More often than not, per
Yeah.
that data,
Mm-hmm.
it increases.
But what does recession mean for mortgage rates, Nancy? 1980.
Well, in 1980, mortgage rates went down 4.25%,
In 1981.
down 5%,
In 1991.
2.25%,
In '01.
0.63%,
In '08.
1.13%.
They continued to fall for multiple years after that.
Yeah, they did.
And in
And-
2020.
Down an additional 1%.
So I got to point out, if I remember correctly, I think
That's the reason why I'm saying mortgage rates are going to
go down.
go down.
I think they're going to go down in the next 12 months, yes, because you're absolutely right. Because even the economists are saying we're going to be in a recession in the next 12 months. I don't know if I think for the rest of this year, I think the rest of this year, September, October is going to be your best bet because come November, December, I think rates are going to really be pushing 6 to 7. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how high
Going to
rates.
see how they get, what happens with this hike coming up.
Well, and the other aspect too is this is going to be completely different than all of these other recessions. Because even in '08, we did not have the technology that we have in our hands today. My phone is smarter than half my computers. And with that being said, that has made multiple industries, including mortgages, a lot more efficient. They were still running files back and forth in '08.
Yeah. Well, and I think just the economic situation of this recession is vastly different than it's
Yes.
ever been. Just the cause and effect of everything that's gone on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, all right, New Lenox numbers. Let's take a quick look. All right, median sales price for a single family house in New Lenox is $405,000. That's up 19.2%. Average sales price is $404,756. That's up 8.1%. Percent of original list price received. Believe it or not, it went up 0.2%. Last year, New Lenox was getting 99.9% in July of 2021. This year, they're getting 100.1. So they are doing better this year than they did last year. That amazing to me. Average market time is 16 days. That's up 14% from 14 days. And the inventory of homes was 66. That's 16.5% decrease. Last year, it was 79. So again, we're still looking at inventory issues, still looking at that on the single family side. Taking a quick grasp of the attached, you're looking at 199,900. That is down 10.8%. The average sales price is 251,644. That is up 10%. Talking about just a complete opposite dichotomy there. Percentage of original list price received, they are up 0.2% at 98.6%. Average market time, again, another clickbait number. The average market time is up 200% from 5 days to 15 days. And the inventory of homes is at 9 houses on attached single family. It's down 10%. Again, that's still a clickbait number because it was 10 units last year. This year it's 9 units. So that 1 unit difference, you're talking 10%. Anything majorly standing out in your guys' eyes? I definitely see something overall on the attached single family.
An attached single?
Yeah. That's the numbers are based on 6 new listings, 5 contract, and 9 closed. There is not enough data
There's
there.
not enough data. That was my overall
Yeah.
take on the whole thing was that there's just not enough data.
It-
It's,
But you got
cranking the numbers
Yeah,
in crazy ways.
you're cranking numbers in a crazy way. The single family's not too bad. I don't see anything really. I mean, you're up 19.2% on the median sales price. So one or two big sales of some unique properties could skew that median sales number higher. So you go look at the 12 month. You know, the median sales on the 12 month is 382,000. So it's still just under 400,000, and the average is 388,175. So those are still good numbers. I think the numbers on the attached, 198,000 on the median sales price and 233,307 on the average sales price in the trailing 12 months. They're still within range, and they're still giving you a really good idea of what is going on in that market. So yeah, it's definitely on the attached. I think somebody sold off. Could have been an estate sale. You know, you don't know what seller's motivation are. So it could have been just a poor property in poor condition.
Yeah.
So it's sold
And
very
it goofed
cheap.
up the numbers.
And it skews the numbers.
Yeah.
So
Well, considering there were 6 new listings and 9 at the end of the month means you're dealing in 1 or 2 houses
Yeah.
skewing
yeah.
everything.
Exactly. So, I mean, you really need to break that down. What that tells me overall, when you only got 9 closed sales on attached, they don't have a lot of attached housing.
No.
They need some duplexes, some townhomes. Honestly, because New Lenox needs to understand that, okay, there is almost a $200,000 difference in their median sales prices between attached and single family. All right? And they don't have a lot of single family that's sold. 9. When your kids are coming back from school and they're looking to move, if you want to keep them in New Lenox, they got nowhere to go. There's no starter homes. That's where your duplexes, townhomes, and stuff like that gives that starter home option. You know, it's what I bought when I was 24. I bought a duplex.
Yeah, it's what you start out on. You start small.
Yeah.
You can't afford to go into a $400,000 house as soon as you're out of school.
Get out of renting as soon as you can. It puts you in a way better position in life. There is no doubt about it. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It makes such a huge difference. So, I mean, and then you look overall, what are you looking at? 75 units total for sale in all of New Lenox? I mean, that makes a huge difference. All right, keep it here with Get Real with Eddie when we get back from the break. Is the shifting market a challenge or an opportunity for homebuyers today? Once again, keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
A premier real estate professional, Eddie Ruettiger of the Ruettiger Group at Baird and Warner.
Welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. Hey, Lena, if they want to reach out and ask you some questions about the market, what's the best number for them to reach you at?
It's 402-637-4645.
Outstanding. All right, so in the shifting market, what is the best opportunities and what are the challenges? So the challenges, let's address the challenges lately. I think the challenges is that we have a very low supply of homes.
Yes.
There is not a lot of options. I mean, we just talked about it before the break about not a lot of options if I want to buy a duplex in New Lenox. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't want my grass. I want my grass cut for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking for that option. There's just not a lot. So that's a big challenge. I think market information is a challenge on either side, buyer or seller. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not informed correctly, you could be getting advice, well, just lowball them. They'll take it. And then next thing you find out, like we saw in July's numbers, they're getting 2.8 offers and 31% were selling over list price.
Yeah, incorrect information can
be a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Be a challenge.
What are some other challenges in the market? interest rates.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. The
You
rates
buy
are going
less
up.
house.
I-
You can
Yeah.
only afford less house.
If I can only afford a $2,500 payment, I can only afford a $2,500 payment. And if a portion of that payment's getting eaten up by interest, that means I'm buying less house. That's how that works. There's no doubt about it. So if I can get a better interest rate, I'm going to be able to buy more house, but I can't change how much I can afford to pay. I can only afford $2,500. Now, if you can only afford $2,500, honestly, you really want to buy like I would say like a $2,250 a month house. Don't max yourself out. You don't want to be committed to, eating macaroni and cheese all day.
Yeah.
And
nothing like being house poor. Nobody
No.
wants that.
Yes.
I wish that on no one.
No, that's something we talk about all the time. All the time. All right. So those are the challenges in this market. What are some of the opportunities?
Well, now that things are more normalizing, bidding wars
Going down.
are going down. You're not competing with 8 people anymore. You're competing against 1 or 2 other people.
Yeah. And if you've done your homework, and let's be honest, in some cases it wasn't 8, it was 15 or 20 offers.
It really was.
Oh,
It
as
really
many
was.
as 30. I mean,
Yeah.
you're
You had
doing
130?
spreadsheets for clients.
Yeah. I mean, so that's the thing, folks, that at some point everybody's 20% down. Everybody's putting, a conventional offer. Everybody's, so it was really difficult for sellers to make a choice on which offer they wanted to go with because there was not a lot of difference
Differences, yeah.
in the offers.
Oh.
That's where, these gap appraisal waivers, if you didn't praise out, we'll bring the cash to the table, came in, and all kinds of other stuff came into play.
Taco trucks.
Taco trucks. Absolutely. So that's the aspect that, you're really looking at. What are some other opportunities?
A huge opportunity now, since there's not as much in the way of craziness for multiple offers, is the fact that now FHA buyers and VA buyers
Yes.
have opportunity.
Yes.
Because it was such a fanatical, crazy market that if you were trying to get in on a VA loan or FHA loan, you weren't getting chosen.
Nope, they wouldn't even look at you. And it was sad for our veterans.
It
Very
was
sad.
terrible for our vets, and I'm happy to say I do have a veteran under contract, and
Awesome.
yeah, they are much more willing. Sellers are much more willing to work with financing other than conventional now.
That's huge. I think another opportunity that's not being explored, because I got to be honest, we haven't done it. I've made the argument that I think part of the craziness of what was going on was somewhat of the fact that we would not do contingent on sales. All right, there was a group of agents that just started.
Oh,
Nope,
yes.
and nope, and because there was no contingent on sale, people wouldn't sell, and because people wouldn't sell, we didn't have enough inventory, and it just started this spiral. It really did in my eyes.
Oh, it definitely added to the problem.
But now you can do put an offer in. Look, it's contingent on sale. They love your house. They're willing to buy it. They need 30 days to sell their own house based on this. Here's the market time. Here's where we're at. Here's where our price is going to be. I can have it on the market in a week. And they'll look at that offer.
Well, and as fast as homes were selling, it's kind of counterproductive to completely eliminate that as an option because houses were selling so fast that a contingent on sale was nothing.
Exactly.
It's not like it's going to sit there for months.
Made no
True.
sense.
It made no sense.
But you have to understand, the majority of agents that are in the market were trained during the Great Recession when inventory was taking 4 years to sell or 2 years to sell. I mean, that was our market time at one point. And so because they were trained, oh, you don't do contingent on sales. Take a contingent on close. So that's what they did. You can do a contingent on sale. It's a normalized market. Historically, the market time, 181 days. That's what it used to be historically. Average offers on a house, 1.1. We're at 2.8 last month. Still a seller's market. Take the contingent on sale if it's a great offer. If it's going to coming in with 25% down, if it's whatever. If it meets your needs, don't. I had an old managing broker. All right, and it's not.
I like the old.
Well, he's old now.
Broker.
Hi, Jake. Great managing broker. You know him. He was the one that was the installing officer when I became president.
Okay.
With the goatee, and just had everybody laughing so hard.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Jake is hilarious. He always joked when we were at the office because he'd have some of the best Christmas parties for our office. That his real calling was to be a game show host.
Oh, he could have been.
Oh God, he would have been
an
awesome.
amazing game show.
Yes.
Yes.
But he always said, take the first offer, it's always the best. Now, I have had exceptions to that rule. There has been a couple times, all right, especially in this crazy market but even before the crazy market, we did have some exceptions to that rule. All right, but it's not always true, but for the majority, I would say 85 to 90% of the time, first offer is always your best offer.
I would go with 80% of the time.
Yeah. And in this last market, it wasn't, because you'd always have these people that would come in really quick and try to lowball, and I need an answer in 2 minutes because they knew they were lowballing and they didn't want to wait for the marketing to kick in. They didn't want to wait for everything going on because they knew they'd get blown out of the market. And they were lowballing. They're coming in 10% on 10% under or 5% under a house is going to start from list price or higher.
Yeah, in this recent past market, oh yeah, it was going to sell higher. It just was.
Speaking of, what does the rest of the year hold for housing prices? What did CoreLogic say, Nancy?
Price appreciation averaged 15% for the full year 2021, up from the 2020 full year average of 6%. So they're looking at more of an increase.
I think it's going to be more of an increase. When you look at what everybody's saying for the later part of the year, everybody is over 9% with the exception of the Mortgage Bankers Association. The Mortgage Bankers Association was at 2.7. They've been sitting at 2.7 since the beginning of the year. I do not understand why they're at 2.7.
And we're continuing to be over 2.7.
Right.
And
they haven't adjusted it.
And the average is 10.3% when you look at all these averages numbers.
Which
Yeah.
I would say yes.
So we're seeing prices go up.
On average.
On average, absolutely. All right, before we hit the break, I want to talk about my new listing, 910 Shadbark Road in New Lenox. This is a 2-bedroom duplex with 2 bath. It has a 2-car attached garage, and it's pretty cool. So there are 2 doors in the garage. One door goes left right there by the kitchen to unload your groceries. The other door goes right into the laundry room, all right, out of the garage. So it's right in. So if you have like your heavier stuff, your soaps and things like that, you can load them right into the laundry room. So there's 2 doors on this attached garage.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool concept, actually. It is living room, dining room, kitchen, small, not a small kitchen, but it's a good sized property. You're probably looking just over 1,000 square feet, I'm going to say. I haven't done, I got to get all of the numbers back up. But yeah, it's $225 is going to be the list price. You got a deck off the back. All the yard maintenance is taken care of for you on this. It's a full brick duplex, 910 Shagbark Road. Check it out, New Lenox. If you've got questions, give me a call, 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478. But it's a great property. No basement. I know everybody always asks, is there a basement? It's in Country Villa, for those that know New Lenox very, very well. Great skylight right in, give you some extra light in the living room, dining room area. So, and then there's a little sunroom actually between the deck and the living room. So they're using it as an office right now. So it's a definitely awesome property for $225. Got questions or you want to see it, give me a call again, 815-823-5478. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about those increases not just increases in the value, but increases in other aspects of the market as we move forward when we get back from the break. So keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
You made a smart move to Get Real with Eddie, helping you make your next smart move into your next home.
Welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. Hey, if you've got questions on the market, give Nancy a call.
I am at 815-545-1162.
Or give me a call at 815-823-5478 or check out yourdwellings.com. Don't forget, you can go to all of our websites and right there, click on sell and get a quick estimate of the value of your house based on the market that is right around your property. All you got to do is type in your address when you click on sell. So, getting into, many experts are raised home price forecasts. So we talked a little bit before the break, just kind of scratched on where the values are, but there were adjustments talking about MBA. All right, or actually MBA adjusted down at 2.7. So they were actually at 5.1 in January, and they adjusted down to 2.7. All right, so Fannie Mae came in at 7.6. Lena, what did they adjust their forecast in for the rest of this year in appreciation?
16%.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Mac was at 6.2. What did they go to for the rest of the year, actually?
12.8%.
NAR came in at 5.1 at the beginning of the year. Where are they at now?
11.5%.
Zelman was in at 3%. Where are they at now?
10%.
And the whole housing price economic survey was at 6.3%. It is now where?
9.3.
So they've all adjusted up.
Except
for
The Mortgage Bankers Association.
yeah.
Talking about that's like inviting the guy to the party that's just sitting there crying in the corner in their beer.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's up with that.
And all they want to do is talk about their ex.
Yeah.
It's like, I miss him so much. It's like, really? It's over.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't understand where they came up with 2.7. I really don't. I mean, they adjusted down.
Well, I'm sorry, but Fannie Mae on the opposite end,
Oh my
60%. I'm sorry, that's
They doubled.
That's over the top.
But they they actually, almost everybody doubled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All except the economic survey, home price economic survey. But
Someone tripled.
Fannie Mae doubled, pretty much. They were at 7.6, went to 16. Freddie Mac went 6.2 to 12.8. NAR 5.1 to 11.5. That doubled. Zelman tripled.
Yeah.
Someone tripled.
3% to 10%. Zelman was like way out of there.
But you know what? I think they're closer to what 10 to 12%.
Well, I think they're
going. I don't see 16%.
I think we're going to be at 9 to 10. It's going to be depending on the market. You'll see a couple markets at 7.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to be anywhere. We'll be at 9 to 10 at the end of the year. And
I think 16 is just outrageous.
True, but wait, hold on. What was New Lenox again? On single family, well, New Lenox right now, if you go to the median sales price for the trailing 12 months, let's be fair, so we get a good thing. They're at 13.1.
All right.
And I think we still got the better half of this year is going to be in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how things play out and what happens to mortgage rates in the next quarter, and I think we got a lot of action going on.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, folks.
Stay tuned. Keep yourself here dialed in because this is where you're going to find out the truth in what's going on in the housing market. All right, what did bank rates say, Nancy?
Bank rates said, after all, supplies of homes for sale remain near record lows. And while a jump in mortgage rates has dampened demand somewhat, demand still outpaces supply, thanks to a combination of little new construction and strong household formation by large numbers of millennials.
You know, they're partially right on the little new construction because the fact, you've got permits pulled at 1.5 million, but it's hard to get them up. It's hard to get them built.
Well, that's the thing. They're lagging so far behind in the actual build because of supply issues and talent
Yeah.
to build it,
Yeah.
quite frankly.
If you want to be an electrician, a plumber, or whatever, now is the time. Let me tell you, there is a shortage in trades.
Oh, big time.
I mean,
And has been
yeah.
for a while.
So there is absolutely an opportunity to get into that market and
Yes.
really kind of just build yourself up. I mean, honestly, you could.
You don't have to go to college.
No.
Tradesman, being a tradesman,
Yep.
it's great.
Yep. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and Jeanette's the same way. If our son goes to college, great. If he doesn't, great. He needs to learn a skill.
Yes, that's what's important.
You gotta have a skill. You don't have to have college to get a skill.
Yeah.
College gets you a piece of paper.
Well, my dad was a plumber. He
Yep.
was a plumbing contractor.
Yep.
My mom was a nurse. One had a degree, one didn't.
Yeah.
And they both did very well for themselves.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Absolutely. And you know, you find your passion. You find your passion, you never work a day in your life.
No.
I mean, it's just so true. You find your passion and you never work a day in your life. I have not worked since I've been 23. The last day I worked was a job I got fired from. And I went in on my day off to go help out, and I still got fired.
Are you
There you go.
serious? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay. So, I had no hard feelings. It was a music store I worked for when I
And
was
look
DJing.
at you now. Look at you
Look at
now.
me now. But yeah, I haven't worked since a day of my life since I was been 23. I've done, the DJing was amazing. And then, at the same time I was doing real estate and then, retired out of the DJing and went, I was full-time in real estate, let's be honest. It just kept going. So,
There you go.
that wraps it pretty much up. You guys got, what do you guys got going on? Getting into September, Labor Day's coming close. Right.
Go into the city with the hubby
Mm.
and hanging out for Jazz Fest.
That sounds
Oh,
fun.
you're going to Jazz Fest?
Yes, we're gonna spend the weekend in the city,
Oh,
hang out for Jazz Fest.
that is awesome. That is awesome. I've got the picnic Sunday for the Lions Club.
Oh, okay.
So,
Nice.
I mean, next Monday's Labor Day. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
So,
crazy.
the Lions picnic is on Sunday for anybody that wants to come on out. I don't know if I'm behind the bar or working the wheel over there. Be fun. Either way.
Either way.
St.
Good
Joe's
times.
Park. We open at noon.
Oh my gosh, yeah, St. Joe's Park.
Yeah, come on. There's bingo. You can never not have fun at bingo. I mean, honestly, it's always a good time at bingo.
I love bingo.
So yeah, we were working the Shanahan Fest. Our Crest Hill Lions was running the
Mhm.
bingo tent. We've ran it for like 22
How'd it go?
years.
Even though it was raining.
It wasn't raining.
Oh, it didn't
We
rain?
didn't get any rain down
it was
there.
pouring by us.
Gorgeous. I think we had our best year ever. And that's saying a lot because last year, with the first year back from COVID, we had an amazing year.
Wow.
So, and all of those funds raised go to great causes that the Lions look at
Yeah, that's
and things
awesome.
like that. So yeah, so if you guys need anything Sunday, there's kids games, petting zoo. We're gonna have DJs, bands. I'm not in charge of the entertainment. I stay away from that aspect. I did that for 25 years. I don't know if there's DJs are coming or bands are coming or what.
Something
Some-
fun
there-
for everybody.
Something for everybody, absolutely. And a couple different food trucks. So yeah, so stop out on Sunday at St. Joe's Park.
All right.
So,
Lena?
anything big for Labor Day?
You know what? I haven't decided. I literally just got back from Mexico, so I
That was like a
don't-
week ago.
I still feel like
She's
She's still hungover.
I'm telling you, it wasn't the travel. She had a lot of tequila in
I
Mexico.
still feel like I need a break from vacation.
You need a vacation
I
for
need-
vacation. You know
yes.
what? That happens a lot, though.
Oh,
was
does
a
it
lot.
ever?
That happens a lot.
Yeah, I got a big trip coming up. I'm going to be gone for 10 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. So it's not until later in the year, but 10 days. I already said, I'm going to want my own bed when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do. You want your own bed.
Definitely do.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
You
like,
need your space, your house. As soon as I walked in the door, I'm like, oh my God, I've never been so happy to be here. Even though it was so much fun, but you're still like, oh my God.
Yeah, I want to be home.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, you do. You do. All right, well, that wraps it up with Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check us out online at getrealwitheddie.com for all your market information when it comes to real estate 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. Eddie Ruettiger is a realtor at Baird & Warner in Plainfield, license number 475141896. Managing broker Steve Engel. For more information on your neighborhood, call Eddie at 815-823-5478 or visit yourdwellings.com.